Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mano 777, and we're back inside of Destiny here with your weekly reset video for Tuesday, March 14th, 2017. We're going to be covering all the endgame things you can do in Destiny this week. So if you like something in this video, a positive rating would be greatly appreciated. Hit that subscribe button for more Destiny content, especially as Age of Triumph comes up, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you are excited for this week in Destiny. So with that, let's get started. We are here at the Nightfall this week. We are going to be facing Sepix Perfected this week. The modifiers for the strike this week are small arms, where primary weapon damage is favored; juggler, where no ammo drops for your equipped weapon are available; grounded, where players take more damage while airborne; and chav, where player radar is disabled. So you're going to want to watch out for a lot of things in this strike. Since chaff is on, you're going to want to make sure that you are very aware of your surroundings. Definitely wear a nice pair of headphones and make sure that you are looking around if you're trying to solo this. Small arms, just bring your favorite scout rifle or something with firefly or explosive rounds. It's going to do a really nice job. And of course, have some different weapons on hand, of course, to do juggler. I'm going to be bringing a couple of other options here, but I will be doing the solo Nightfall here shortly. So with that, let's go ahead and go on out to orbit and see what else there is to do this week in the universe of Destiny. Alright, we're here at the Director, and of course we covered the weekly Nightfall strike. Your first Nightfall strike will net you a unknown reward of maybe an exotic or maybe a nice legendary or something like that, but it will also net you a skeleton key. Today, this week's Siva Crisis Heroic is going to feature Solar Burn, Small Arms, and Ironclad. That'll net you a Treasures of the Dawning package, as well as legendary marks for the first couple of strikes that you do. Next up, we've got the Daily Heroic, where using the power of Ascendance, pass through the Rupture and put an end to the Taken King. That'll net you 15 legendary marks. Today's competitive multiplayer is Skirmish, and over this week, the Crucible weekly items that we have Combined Arms, which is all-out team warfare with vehicles, destroy the enemy, or you've got Doubles competitive multiplayer. I know that some people really do enjoy that piece. So that is what's going on in terms of the Director this week. Let's go over to the Challenge of the Elders and see what is going on over there this week. This week we've got Solar Burn, Small Arms, and Grenade Kill bonus. So Solar Burn is nice for those. This will actually be a pretty nice run here this week. So if you've got a nice solar subclass, for example, if you got a Warlock with lots of fusion grenades or things like that, because you can get Grenade Kill bonuses, that would actually be a really nice thing to do. So this is, again, probably a pretty nice version to farm this week. The bosses this week are going to feature Round 1, Narusk, Servant of Oryx with the add-ons of Cabal; Round 2, Kexis the Betrayed with the add-ons of Fallen; Round 3 with Psylocke the Defiled with the add-ons of Hive. Of course, if you would like, you can go to the level 41 arena and get a Sterling treasure package along with some legendary marks here this week. With that, let's go ahead and check out the raid this week. Pretty exciting. We've got AKSIS Challenge Mode. AKSIS Challenge Mode means that at all times when AKSIS teleports, you have to actually make sure that you supercharge all the Guardians. Now, what does supercharge mean? It means that not only do you have to stun AKSIS, but there are plates in the back that you actually have to look at, and if there is a red plume of light that comes out of one of the plates in the back of the room where you fight AKSIS, you actually have to take the empowerment and supercharge people by slamming the supercharge and the empowerment at one of those plates, and it's random. If you have any questions about that, come check out my Twitch live streams. I bring people through the raid all the time, and we beat up the raid in all the different raids every day. So that is the Wrath of the Machine this week with AKSIS Challenge Mode. AKSIS Challenge will net you the possibility of getting the ship, more helmets, more primary weapons, as well as some other items. So that is the Wrath of the Machine raid this week. Let's go ahead and head over to the Iron Temple and see what there is to do there. Okay, we are at Tyra Karn, the Cryptarch. Let's take a look at the artifacts this week and the roles that they have, and to let you know if they're pretty decent. This week, we've got the Memory of Fellwinter, where you lose your super but gain 1 extra grenade and melee charge and small boosts to all stats. Orbs grant melee and grenade energy. That is, of course, going to be a very nice roll in terms of discipline and strength. Some people have talked about this as being a tier 13 creator, or like a tier 15 creator of discipline and strength. Basically what that means is, as you look at your character, there's 5 here, there's 5 here, and then there's 5 here. And what you want to do is to try and max out your intellect, which gives you your super, your discipline, which gives you your grenades, and then your strength, it gives you your melees, and you want to max those out for different characters. But when you actually use this, the highest that this can actually get is a tier 12 roll. So no matter what, this is not going to get you any higher than a tier 10 roll. So that's just food for thought on that. It is a 330% roll on the discipline and strength, so you should max those 2 out. But of course, you won't be able to use your super because you lose your super in order to trade for those grenade melee charges and all those boosts. So let's go on over to the Memory of Scory. This week we have a strength roll of 113. When your super is full, nearby allies' supers recharge faster. So that is actually a artifact that, of course, is getting a little bit of hate because in trials a lot of people like to scory farm, and it's kind of gross when they play because they just sit back, build their supers, which is pretty frustrating. This is a 92% roll. It only has strength on it, so it's not great. Not the best roll of scory that I've seen, so if you want to hold on to that and you're waiting for something else, go ahead and wait for it. But this is still a pretty good artifact, especially if you're going into the raid. Whenever I'm going into the raid, I usually use this one just because you're able to build up your supers and your friends' supers as well. Finally, we have the Memory of Perun, where enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. This is going to be a discipline roll of 74 and a strength roll of 73, which means it is a 80% roll overall, which is very low. So the ones you're looking for this week are going to be the Scory, just because they're super powerful, and then the Memory of Fellwinter if you so choose and want to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and I'm going to tune that later on just so you guys can see that, and life is good. So let's go on over to the Vanguard Scout and see what Shiro 4 has in store for us for the different bounties this week, especially if you're looking for Thorn. These are the bounties that you will get that random quest from. You've got use arc damage to kill Fallen. Really nice in case if you are going to be going inside the Nightfall this week. There's going to be a lot of Fallen in there. We also have just generic defeat the Fallen. Those are 2 I'm going to pick up. And then complete Dreg encounters in the Archon's Forge and complete Captain's encounters in the Archon's Forge. It's important to note this week that as you look at your items, we actually have a perfectly tier 12 built roll on Shiro 4. He's got an intellect and discipline roll of 25 and 25, or 35-35, looking at it however you want. That is a max tier roll, whereas the other ones are a little bit lower. Still pretty good, but not tier 12. So this is the one that you can get maximum stats on. With that, let's go ahead and go to the tower and check out what is going on over there. Alright, Guardians, we are here at Lord Shaxx. Let's see what the weekly Crucible bounty is for him this week, which will net you a piece of legendary armor, guns, or anything else that you choose. We've got exercise your skills in the control match type. So that is this week's weekly Crucible bounty. Let's go over to Commander Zavala, who you should definitely make sure that you pick up the bounties from before you do the Nightfall. This week we've got Striker Elite, where you earn Gold tier achieved, Silver tier achieved, or Bronze tier achieved medals to earn a piece of legendary armor. We have the Sunrise bounty, which is earn a Gold tier achieved medal in the Nightfall before time expires. That will net you a legendary weapon, as well as the chance of getting an icebreaker if you get it, if RNG blesses you. And then we've got Clean Up. Get 150 enemy kills with your fire team during a Siva Crisis strike to earn brutal efficiency medals, and that'll again net you a piece of legendary armor. If you want to know more about the donations for the different factions this week for future War Cult, we've got Worm Spore donations For Dead Orbit, we've got helium filament donations, and for New Monarchy, we have spin metal. So if you're getting lots of spin metal because maybe you're flying around the Cosmodrome and stuff like that, that's what you're going to want to be checking out. So there's really no other tier 12 builds or perfectly rolled items here in the tower this week, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we do have a little bit more information to talk about. We have the new Age of Triumph weekly Bungie stream that is going to be covering the weekly rituals, including the Daybreak strikes. They covered that, and we don't know what the Daybreak strikes are going to be, but what it looks like just from the trailer is that essentially you're going to have your supers a lot in a certain strike, so it's kind of like maybe like a mayhem strike piece. But anyways, guys, that is something you're going to be looking out for. That stream is going to be Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I'm pretty excited for. You're going to want to check that out at twitch.tv/Bungie. They're going to be covering all the things that are going to be happening with the Age of Triumph. And of course, if you need any help with the raids, Black Spindle runs, we have a couple people who do trials of Osiris carries. Check out my Twitch live streams. Like I said before, we have a lot of community members who are willing to help you out, especially as Age of Triumph comes. We're going to be your one-stop shop for all things in Destiny as Destiny 1 wraps up and as we start to move to Destiny 2. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Really appreciate it again. I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.